In today's video, I'm going to show you the Nolita 15 from Coach, and I just, at the very last minute, 2 seconds ago, decided that I'll also show you this Boxy Cosmetic because I realized that I've never shown it to you, and I've had it for a month or so now, and you guys didn't even know I had it. So we'll look at both of these, we'll do what fits, a little overview, tell you if they're worth it. So stay tuned. Hi YouTube, Autumn Beckman here. Welcome to my channel, or welcome back to my channel. My channel is all about luxury living on a budget, from high-end luxury handbags and SLGs to the everyday luxuries of life. Coach falls somewhere in there. So if that sounds interesting to you, please make sure you subscribe, click the bell notification icon to be notified when I post new videos, and be sure to like the videos that you enjoy. First, I'm going to start with the Boxy Cosmetic, and the main reason for that is because I've been using it and I have it full of stuff. So we'll pull everything out so you can see what fits in there or what I keep in there on a regular basis, and then we'll put some of that in the Nolita 15. I'll also show you the Nolita 15 next to the mini Pochette because they appear to be quite comparable, about the same size, but I'm sure we'll find some differences. And that's kind of a lot to cover in one video, so let's get started. I also have the Nolita 19. Did I mention that already? I don't know, I'm a little distracted. I will have all of these items linked in the description box below, or at least anything I can find that's available. This is the Boxy Cosmetic from Coach. It is from the Coach outlet. The Nolita bags, the 15 and the 19, are also outlet pieces, so we'll talk about those in a minute. This one, let me see, is this called the medium size? I know there's a smaller one. Let me get the exact name for you here. So on the website currently, I'm seeing a few called Boxy Cosmetic, and I'm seeing some called Small Boxy Cosmetic, and I swear there's a mini one too, but it doesn't seem to be on the website right now. They do come on and off the website quite a bit, so if it's something that you end up being interested in, just keep looking. Some of the pieces are seasonal, like I know they have a small one that they released for Valentine's Day this year. This one it's gonna help me figure out which one there it is. It's 7 inches across, it is 4 inches tall, and it's 3 inches deep. So let me check here, because it looks like the one they're calling Boxy Cosmetic is bigger than this. I'm gonna click on the small Boxy Cosmetic. The one that says Boxy Cosmetic also has a wristlet that doesn't look like it will come off. The one called Small Boxy Cosmetic says it's 6 3/4 by 4 1/4 by 2 1/2, which is a little different than what this actually measures, but that one is the coated canvas and this one's leather. So that could account for some of the difference. Not sure, but I think this would be the small. Let me go back and look at the one that just says Boxy. And that one says 7 3/4 by 4 3/4 by 2 3/4. So that one is a little bigger than this. And it does have a non-detachable wristlet strap. There is a mini, but it does not appear to be on the website right now. And it's probably, like if you cut off this much of the bag, it's probably that big. But I think it's about the same height and depth. In terms of prices, the Boxy Cosmetic, depending on which one you get, is going for $45 to $55. The small is going for $45. I want to say I paid about $30 for this one, and then I'm not sure what the mini is because it's not currently listed. Mine is in a metallic gold cross-grain leather. It has the metal Coach logo there, and it has a gold zipper on it. I'll just give you the full spin here. There's a zipper that goes down the sides, and then there's the bottom. It's a pretty substantial cosmetic pouch. It holds quite a bit, and of course, being this kind of structure with one zipper and being boxy, it can be, there's some feminine things in there, I'm going to just take that out. It can be a little difficult if you pack it too full to get to some of the things, but it just depends on how you pack it. I'm going to put a couple more items in here because it's not as full as it could be, just to show you what all I could get in here. Vincent's having fun right now. Wait for that to subside. Have some bourbon and Coke. All right, let's see what I have stuffed in here. And I have it pretty full. All right, I've got the biggest, bulkiest thing in here is my Chanel card holder, which I use as a wallet. It's my little compact wallet, and I don't usually keep it in here, partly because I don't want to pull it in and out with that zipper. I don't want to maybe scratch it. And I have a Chanel compact mirror in the little case, and a Louis Vuitton clay, and a little L'Occitane sample hand lotion and some mints and a card holder that I just threw in so it doesn't have cards in it. My phone, which I would also usually not keep in here because it'd be a little difficult to get out. I'd use this more as a catch-all. I have a little sample of Louis Vuitton Cactus Garden perfume, Swiss Army knife, pen, and an envelope with some cash, emergency cash, just in case I need it. So all that fit in here, and it is just one big open compartment, but there is a pocket on this side, and the pocket goes, does it go? Yeah, it goes all the way to the ends and all the way to the bottom. So it starts about ½ an inch from the top, so the pocket's about that big. One of the nice things about this Boxy Cosmetic I've found as I've been using it is when I put it in a bag, I generally put it down like this, but you can also, because of the zipper and the boxiness of it, stand it up like this, and then it takes up a lot less of the floor space of a tote bag. So that, oh, and it has these little pull tabs on the side, which I've never needed, but that is the Boxy Cosmetic. I've been happy with it. Okay, now let's look at the Nolita 15. So I'll give you a little spin of it here. First, this one is in black pebbled leather. This is an outlet piece. Now, as I explained in the unboxing of this is the Nolita 19, which I purchased I think a couple years ago now. Obviously it has a chain, whereas this one has a leather strap. So that is, I think, the only change that they've made to the bag recently. This was just very recently released on the website, and it is such a good change for them to make. Now the chain is very pretty. It adds some sparkle, some bling. It's a heavy chain. They should have gone with a lighter chain like Louis Vuitton did. This thing is, there's no weight to it at all. It's very light and dainty, but you still get the sparkle, and it's pretty. This one, if you want to use it as a bag by itself, is fine, but if you want to use it, as I think most people do, which is as a pochette in another bag, that chain adds a lot of weight. So as soon as I saw this with the strap, I was like, what is that? And they do have the leather strap on the 19 size as well if you're interested in the larger one, and I will link that below too. So the strap, just like on the mini pochette, is removable on one side, and you can attach it one D-ring and have like a little wristlet like that if you'd like. I don't know how many people actually do that. I never do, but otherwise it's not removable on this side. So if you take it off, it either hangs there, or you make a wristlet, or you just put it back on and you have a little handle. Now, one of the things that I like better about the mini pochette is that this on the other side, first of all, this is longer. It gives you more space for your wrist, which could be a pro or a con. It's easier to get it on and off than this one is. However, let me just show you. See, it's smaller, right? However, that also means it's gonna fall off your wrist more easily. So this might be a little more secure. Although it also might not fit everybody's wrist. Like, you might not be able to get your hand through here. But the nice thing about the mini pochette having this chain instead of a leather strap is that when you want to have it attached to both sides but just hanging like you're using it as a pochette in another bag and not a handbag itself, the chain doesn't really get in the way. It just kind of hangs there. Whereas on this one, when you attach it over there, it doesn't hang down. It's always kind of sticking up. So that's not the best design. So if you want to use it in a bag, then you may want to unhook it and just let it dangle in the bag, or maybe hook it to a D-ring in the bag, kind of put it underneath the bag like this. But then every time you take it out and put it back in, you've got to adjust it that way and sort of hold it in place while you put it in the bag. I think you get the picture. But still, I think it's an improvement over the heavy chain, because that was a problem. Now let's do a side-by-side comparison of the mini pochette and the Nolita 15. Here's the front of them. Here's the side of them. The Nolita looks a little bigger from the sides. However, the mini pochette is coated canvas and it's pretty thin, and it's very malleable. You can fit quite a bit in here. I haven't tried putting anything in the Nolita yet, but the leather is thicker than the canvas. It looking bigger from the side may be deceptive. And then there's the base. The leather on the Nolita is very soft. It's lovely. And let's take a look at the inside. On the Coach Nolita, you have a zipper with a leather zipper pull. On the Louis Vuitton, you have a zipper with a metal zipper pull. And you have the Pochette tab, whereas on the Nolita, you have a black leather tab. Inside the mini pochette, you just have one big compartment, and you can see the seams on the bottom. Inside the Nolita, it's lined in fabric, and I don't know how well you can see, but it's one big open compartment, but there are also two card slots over here and a pocket. Is it a pocket? No, it's not a pocket. It's just 2 card slots. Show you that a little more clearly. And in the unboxing video I did of this, I didn't realize there were 2 card slots. Thought it was just 1 pocket, but it is 2 card slots, as you can see there. So the mini pochette does not have that. Of course, you don't have to put cards in there. You could put other small items. The Nolita does not have the seams exposed. It has the fabric liner, and you can pull that out if you need to spot clean it. You can't pull out the liner on the mini pochette. Okay, let me put a few of these things that I pulled out of my Boxy Cosmetic in the mini pochette, and then we'll put them in the Nolita and see if it's the same or a little more or a little less. Will it fit the iPhone 10? I know I've put this in there before, I think. Maybe without the case. It's not fitting with my case on it. Will that fit in the Nolita? Oh, I could squeeze it in, but it's pretty tight, so probably not. And then it's almost impossible to get out. But mini pochette, you could fit a card holder. You could fit a clay. I have that clay packed pretty full, and I don't have cards in the card holder, so that would end up being a little thicker. I could put a little lotion, and with that in there, I'm not going to be able to fit my mints. I could put my little sample perfume. Could I? Yes, I could. I could put a pen, perhaps. Maybe a smaller pen. My Swiss Army knife. My Chanel, what's it called? Mirror. Compact mirror. And that's pretty full there. I could maybe fit a couple things on the top, but I guess not if I want to zip it. Let's see if that'll zip. That zips up just fine. It's a little bulky, but that works. Holds quite a bit. So let's see how all that fits in the Nolita. Okay, here's how all that fits in the Nolita. Fits just the same, except it feels like this might be a little bit taller. So let me put them side by side again. I think maybe it is just slightly taller, like 1/8 of an inch to 1/4 of an inch. Zips up easily, and again, a little bit bulky. I feel like it's not as bulky as the mini pochette. Let's see here. Yeah, the leather one, the Nolita, is definitely thicker because of the leather and the lining. Mini pochette is much thinner. It just has the coated canvas with the interior of the canvas. But I still feel like this is a little more forgiving as far as what it'll hold. I feel like it's just slightly more spacious, but slightly. So that's nice. I would say, okay, which one to get? So here's my recommendation. The reason I got the Nolita 15 when I already have the mini pochette is really because it's black, and Louis Vuitton doesn't offer a mini pochette in black. And I like to have sets of matching SLGs for different bags. Like if I'm carrying a black bag, I like to have black SLGs, and for most of my other bags I use the monogram pieces. Although I still carry monogram in black, it doesn't matter. But I like to have matching sets because that's just how I am, and I know some of you are like that too. I was also curious how this would compare to the mini pochette. Oh, and price point. I got this for $315. I think it lately was up to like $365 maybe, and then somebody told me with the price increase it's over $400 now. This was like $55 or so big difference there. But yeah, the main reason to buy this over this would be price, or you just want a black one, or you want a leather one over a canvas one. I would say, let's see, pros and cons. Louis Vuitton, it has that luxury thing about it. Pro is the chain. Any more pros that this one doesn't have? Not sure. Cons, the price. Pros on this one, black leather if that's what you want. Cons would be, well, pro would be the leather strap over the chain, but con would also be that the strap doesn't fall, it's sort of in the way. But otherwise, pros. I'd say they're both great pieces. I'd say if you're thinking about a mini pochette, but you're not sure if that would really work for you, get this one and try it out. And if you love it, you can buy the Louis Vuitton with confidence. I'm really impressed with this one. I actually like it better, not just because of the chain, but I like it better than the 19. When I bought the 19, I mean, here's my problem with it. It's not something that's wrong with the 19, it's just an erroneous idea that I had in my head. I got it thinking it would be comparable to the Pochette Accessoire, and it's not. It's smaller. There are larger ones of these, as you guys have told me, and if I can find them on the Coach outlet, because they're not always there, then I'll link that below as well. But I just haven't gotten one yet. And mostly since I bought this, it has sat on my shelf. It's not something I want to get rid of because it is a piece that has its function every once in a while for me, but it doesn't hold all the things that I want it to hold as a catch-all in my bigger bags like the Pochette Accessoire does, because it's just a little smaller. But this, fabulous, it's just perfectly comparable to the mini Pochette. I would say this is a no-brainer if you're thinking about it for whatever reason. Totally worth it. 100% worth it. The leather is really nice too. And even though it's an outlet piece, it kind of surprises me. I haven't looked at the Pochettes on the boutique site, but these seem like they would be boutique items. Or it seems like the boutique would have something very comparable to it, at least. I would say the only improvement they could make to this is just adding a daintier or at least a lighter weight chain, only because that leather one is a little stiff. There's not much wrong with it. I mean, that's really the only con, and it's not much of one. It's not a big deal. I give 2 thumbs up. And where it says Coach, it is metal. It's not just stamped on, so that's always nice. I think that's everything. Thank you so much for watching. I do appreciate it. I hope you and your loved ones are doing well. I hope you're all staying safe. Hope to see you back here next time. Hope you have a fantastic day. Bye.